and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Welcome to High Ponytail Summer. It's really brightened up today, which has worked out well because today's video is a summer Q&A. So I did a Q&A video a couple of months ago and entitled it Spring Q&A. So I thought I'd do a summer Q&A, and I asked on Instagram today for questions, summer related, some are summer related, some are summer related, some are not. But yeah, so I just thought we'd just crack on and have a little chat about the summer, because we're thick in it now, aren't we? And it sort of crept up on us a little bit because it was very cold. Because I've been doing my outfits every day, I've been able to see like what the weather's been like based on my outfits, and I have been wearing jumpers in July, so it has now, I would say summer is officially here. But yeah, it's been cold, but there's more on that later because there's more questions. The first question is an amazing question, and it's, what are your favourite childhood summer memories? Now, this will not surprise you, but a lot of my childhood summer memories are based around reading, because we used to go on holiday as a family, me, my mum, my dad and my sister. We used to go camping, on camping holidays on the continent. So majority France, but we also went to Luxembourg and Switzerland, and did we do one in Germany? Maybe we did. And we used to travel with a company called Eurosites, where you'd sort of turn up and they'd have a tent put up for you, or a mobile home or something like that. And it would be a long drive to get there because we'd be going to like places in France like the Dordogne or the Loire Valley and places which were a long drive away. And a lot of these holidays, although I was excited to go on holiday, like what I realise now that I loved most about the holidays, first were the baguettes, but secondly was all the reading I did, because when we went on those holidays we took our bikes and we'd go to a few chateaux, but the majority of the time would be spent on the campsite, and the majority of my time would be spent reading. So I'd go to the library before we'd go on these holidays, and I was allowed to get out a maximum of 15 books. So I'd get out 15 books, and these would be also, like, depending what age I was, but like, so I'd get out like Point horror books and Anne Fine books and things like that, and I'd read all 15 of those books because we were away for 14 days. And quite honestly, often by the time we'd even arrived, I would have read 2 of my books. My sister's 2.5 years younger than me, so sometimes I would read her books once I'd finished my books, but more often or not I'd end up having to read my dad's books, which were like Clive Cussler's and adventure stories and things like that. But yeah, I remember just being so excited and taking these big stacks of library books away with me on holiday. And then sometimes, if I was lucky, the campsite we'd go to would have like a small English section library, and I'd be able to read a few books from there as well. But yeah, Nancy Drew books, I remember vividly being sat in a rubber ring on a lake in Jura reading a Nancy Drew book and things like that. So yeah, I remember these holidays wonderfully, but mainly I remember the excitement I used to feel about going to the library and thinking about reading all of those books. To go on a 2-week holiday now and read 15 books, that would be a joy. It'd be an absolute joy. If someone drive me there so I could read 2 books on the way down. Also, I was very fortunate because my dad doesn't, when he's driving, he doesn't play any music or radio or anything. So often it would just be silence, which has probably led to me now only being able to read in silence. But yeah, so a lot of my childhood memories are to do with going on holiday and reading and visiting the library beforehand. So thank you. Somebody has asked, do you like to read outside on nice summer days? If so, where? So we're fortunate, we've got like a little bit of outside space, which one of the residents here where we live has put a little bench in. So whenever, at the beginning, when the clocks first go forward in the spring, I'm always like, now the clocks have gone forward, after I finish work every day, I'm going to sit outside and read. I'm going to sit outside and read for half hour every day, and then inevitably the weather's rubbish, so you can't. I do enjoy sitting outside and reading, but a couple of things I don't like: bugs. I don't like being too hot, so there absolutely has to be shade. And also, I'm realising more and more, because I was in my mum and dad's garden yesterday, and me and my niece were just laying down, and I was like, can you smell wee? And then I was just realising that obviously, I mean, I can't believe it's taken me literally 38 years to get here to realise this, but like, the dogs just wee on the floor. So sometimes you'll be just having a lovely lay down and not realise that you're laying in dog wee. So yeah, that happened yesterday for me. So during lockdown, I remember David and I had membership to a place near us called Leeds Castle, which is a castle, and the grounds. And during lockdown, they you had to book a session to come in, and it was really, really well sort of, I can't think of another word to use than policed, but like everyone was at certain distances and there wasn't that many people there, so it was never busy or anything. And one of mine and David's favourite things to do during lockdown was to take a book and a picnic and go and sit under a tree at Leeds Castle and just read all day. So we did that a few times during lockdown, and we'd find like different spots that we enjoyed reading at, and our favourite spot was under this big tree, but there was a lot of goose poo around that big tree, but we quite enjoyed sitting there. So yeah, I do enjoy sitting outside and reading, but I need to be in the shade, away from bugs and away from wee-wee. Somebody's asked the ultimate summer chilling in the garden meal. Beautiful. Actually, as we left my mum and dad's yesterday, David said to my mum, when you're having a barbecue next, let us know, because we can't have a barbecue here. But a barbecue is always nice because the cooking of that is going on outside. I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat meat, but I do like halloumi. I'm not a big like fake meat on the barbecue lover. I like a fake burger, but like I'm not into fake meat sausages on the barbecue because they often just dry out. But what I do quite like is just sort of like big thick slices of like aubergine or courgette or something directly on the barbecue are just lovely. Same as like a big portobello mushroom. I quite like just like griddled veg. But yeah, I also like a fake meat burger. And then a potato salad. I love a potato salad, and they're so easy because you can make them, all right, Dappy, because you can make them like during the day, and then that will last a couple of days. And I quite like having a little bit, I mean, it very rarely lasts in our house, potato salad. And then like green beans, I quite like green beans, and a nice chopped salad. So yeah, those sort of things I enjoy eating in the garden. Lovely, lovely, lovely questions. I love a seasonal question. Did you make your summer survival type bucket list? So earlier on this year, I made a video where I was talking about 10 goals that I wanted to do in 10 months. And one of them was to make a summer survival plan, because I don't really do very well in the heat. And I know I've sort of found my people here, because I know a lot of bookish people also feel like that, and their favourite seasons are autumn and winter. And yeah, I've never been a big fan of the heat, but as I've got older, it's definitely getting worse. And this year I said, in order to stop like me wishing my life away, because every summer I'd be like, oh god, only 4 or 5 more weekends until it might cool down a little bit, and I just thought I can't do that every single summer. And as summers are getting longer and warmer, I wanted to make myself a summer survival list. Now, the good news is that this summer hasn't been particularly hot. This has been sort of like a good summer for me. Like I said, at one point in July I was wearing a jumper. And my office is, I've got a new office, and it's very cool in there. So some days when I've gone into work wearing like Birkenstock sandals, I thought, oh, my feet are actually a bit cold. So I'm doing okay this year because it's not been very hot, and because of that new office. We've had a couple of nights where we've had bad night sleeps. Something I have noticed this year, so Daphne, our cat, we got her at the end of September last year, and so she wasn't here for a summer. And because we've now taken the duvet out of the duvet cover, and we just got the duvet cover, I don't know if anyone else is like me, but like when I'm asleep, I just have to have something on me, whether it be like a pillowcase up here or a duvet cover with no duvet, and I just have to have something on me. So we've taken the duvet out of the duvet cover, but one of Daphne's favourite things is biting our feet through the duvet. So we've had to really encourage her not to go on the bed, and the way we found how to do this, which is awful, is she doesn't like the fan. So we've had the fan on us, which we've needed as well because it's been hot, but we know that if the fan is on in the bedroom, she doesn't go on the bed. So we've had the fan on to keep her off the bed, just so she doesn't chew our feet. Although David said last night we didn't have the fan on, and he woke up in the night and she was on the bed biting our feet, biting and fighting. She's a biter and a fighter. But yes, I haven't had to make a summer like summer survival list, but that's not to say it's not going to be warm. I'm just gonna have a little look and see what the weather's like for the next 10 days for me. We go by centigrade here in the UK. So today's 23, tomorrow's 23. Oh yeah, it's getting a bit warm. So Monday is 25, Tuesday's 26, then it's down to 23, raining on Wednesday, then it's 25 on Thursday, 24, 23, and then Sunday and Monday are 21 and 21. So yeah, bit of a cooler August as well for the seemingly at the beginning. So yeah, it's sort of my summer really. How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10 about Juno Dawson's new book, Queen Bee? 10 excited, and I've actually started it. So David and I did some chores this morning, and just while I was cleaning the sink in my ensuite, it's just like the end jobs, I was like, I'm going to start Queen Bee. So I've started it, and yeah, it's great. The book series, Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, is like a really great fun book series that I've been really enjoying. The first one's called Her Majesty's Royal Coven. It's about 4 witches in modern day living in Hebden Bridge, and each of them have got sort of different powers, and yeah, it's just great. And then the second one was the Shadow Cabinet, that came out last year, and then this is a prequel, so this is sort of 0.5 and it's a prequel, and it's following Anne Boleyn's court and her coven, which is very exciting. So yeah, I am excited, and I've already started listening to it, so very good. Somebody asked, have you enjoyed this summer more now as it's not been as hot? Yeah, absolutely. That might be why things have been being quite chill. But yeah, I do get to the point where I'm like, because the thing is, like, when people say things in winter, like, I hate how short the days are, I hate that it's really cold and I have to get all wrapped up when I go out, I hate how cold I feel all the time, like, I feel all of those things, but in summer. So like, I hate how long the days are. I hate that I have to go out not wearing much. I'm often chafing because I'm a bit clammy, so I chafe loads under here and in between my legs. So I have to wear more clothes for that in order to stop the clammy chafing. And I hate how hot I feel all the time. So like, everything that people hate about winter, I can sympathise, because I hate those things about summer. But yeah, I've definitely been enjoying this year a lot more because of the cooler weather. Have you seen the new Twisters movie yet? Really want to watch it when I come back from France. No, we haven't seen it. Are we going this week, David?
What's that?
To watch Twisters?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, we're going on Monday to watch Twisters, so I'm quite excited about it. I can't recall having seen the original, because that was out in like the early 2000s, wasn't it? It's got the woman who was in Prison Break and Walking Dead in it. Whose name? Oh, Sarah Jane Callies, is that her name? Sarah Callies? She was in that one, wasn't she? But I don't remember ever seeing it. But I've been watching, I follow Daisy Edgar Jones on Instagram, and she seems like she's been having a lovely time on the press tour, and her outfits have been, but yeah, it looks sort of like naff, sort of like action fun. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing it. Somebody asked how I'm coping in the summer weather. Okay, because it's not been that hot. Watching any specific Olympic sports? Yeah, David and I are quite excited about the Olympics. We've got a bit of time off during the Olympics being on, so we're going to commit and watch a little bit more of that. We watched a little bit of the women's start. So today is the first day of the Olympics when I'm filming this, and the women in the synchronized diving 3-meter board won a bronze, and that's the first time that the women have won in diving for, I think they said 94 years, and it's the first time they've ever won any medals on a springboard, so they got a bronze, so that was really exciting. And then there was a little bit of swimming on afterwards, and yeah, I'll just sort of like pick it up as I go. I like the track stuff. I like the sort of like immediacy of like someone's run a race and they've won, like that sort of thing. But yeah, I do enjoy watching the Olympics. For someone who's really not into sport at all, I quite like it just being on in the background and that sort of thing. We watched the opening ceremony last night. Whoa. That was long, wasn't it? And I sort of went in thinking, oh, this will be such a great idea, having it on the Seine, so it's just going to sort of be slowly working its way down, and it just didn't work, did it? I liked to see it, and it was just also the fact that it was raining so much and everyone on their boats was just absolutely drenched. I felt for them, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anything in particular you're looking forward to in the Olympics, David?
Pardon?
Anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing in the Olympics?
Oh, the athletics.
Yeah.
I like the diving.
Diving, you've been watching diving.
I watched this canoe slalom thing.
Canoe slaloms.
The breakdancing.
Breakdancing, that's new this year, so we're
Rock
excited about
climbing.
that. Rock climbing.
Loads.
Is rock climbing new this year, David?
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be quite
so.
cool. My niece went rock climbing earlier this year and she did really, really well, so hopefully she'll enjoy watching that as well. So yeah, I enjoy it, and let me know. Hello, Debbie! You're never normally in the videos. You've been shy or naughty. Oh, she's going up higher. Oh, look, there she is up there. She did this when she first got here and she hasn't done it for many months, and now she started doing it again. Yeah, so Olympics. But let me know what you're looking forward to watching in the Olympics if you'll be watching. Favourite place to go in the summer? Somewhere cool. I remember like, there's a big supermarket in the south, a big shopping mall in the southeast of England called Bluewater, and I probably visit there more in the summer than I do anywhere else because it's air conditioned. I also like places with trees. David was playing tennis this morning with my friend Emma, and while they were doing that, I just walked around the perimeter of the park that they play tennis in, listening to podcast, and it was really nice because there was loads of trees and there was loads of shade. So yeah, walking in shade. There's a place near Faversham, near where I live, called Perry Woods, and that's a lovely sort of wood with loads of walks and trees. However, it is very hilly, so David is loath to go there sometimes because it's so hilly, but that's a nice place to go. Yeah, I'm less of a fan of the beach in the summer because number one, they're really busy, and also I just love the beach in the winter. Like, I really love it sort of like blustery and bleak. And our beach is pebbles, so long as it hasn't been raining, you can sort of sit on the beach any time of the year really. So yeah, but summer's not my bestest time to go to the beach. Top summer book recommendation. I kept saying I was going to do a video whereby I recommended some books for summer reading, but I haven't yet done it. Something I will say would be worthwhile is that I'm reading a book at the moment for Patreon Book Club. We're discussing it, so you'll be seeing this video Sunday morning and we'll be discussing it Sunday night, so I won't give any spoilers away. But the theme for this month was big books, and we've been doing this for a while now because people have a little bit more time for reading in the summer, and it's nice to read a big book. And I would say, if you're going on holiday, take a big book with you, because to be able to sort of immerse you, especially if you're like quite a fast reader like me, like this book's taken me like over a week to read, which is unheard of normally, and to just spend a committed amount of time with a collection of characters and that plot is really fun. And even better if you can get a book that's in a series and you're loving those series. So yes, actually, the book that I mentioned earlier, Juno Dawson's series, Her Majesty's Royal Coven, if you haven't read those, they would be great summer reads, because there's 2 out already, probably in paperback, and I always absolutely must insist upon a paperback when it's summer reading. So yeah, Her Majesty's Royal Coven and The Shadow Cabinet would be great. I've also read another book recently called Sugar Baby, which I really enjoyed. That's out in paperback. And then the series that we read last year, the big books, were the Elizabeth Jane Howard series. The first one is All Change, the Cazalet Chronicles, and that was really fun. So yeah, a big book, a paperback book, a page turner. Yeah, maybe I still will get round to making that video, but those are some to be getting on with, absolutely. This is very kind. Absolutely love your channel and all that you're about. What parts of you don't we see? I guess you don't see me when I'm on my down days, probably, do we? I always try and, like, in the past, I think I've just filmed a bit of everything, particularly around sort of like Vlogmas and stuff like that. But I feel like I've been a bit better with like giving myself the time off. So the Friday reading vlogs that I do, I always just film for 3 of the month, so that gives me a Friday where I don't need to film everything I'm doing on a Friday, and I can film videos like this. Although I'm filming this on a Saturday, I was supposed to film it yesterday, but we actually went to a cat shelter yesterday to pick up my nan a new cat, and it was really lovely. It was really lovely, and like, she's so excited. You better not be playing with those lights, Daphne. She's really excited, and all day she kept saying, oh, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased with the decision I made. I'm really pleased with the decision I made. And they just sort of like fell in love with each other instantly. And I think they're going to be really good companions for each other, which was lovely. So that's why I didn't film this yesterday. But yeah, so I always make sure I give myself a little bit of time off. Yeah, I guess you probably don't see the down days, of which there's a fair few, particularly in the summer when things are hot. I don't show members of my family. In fact, I think if you were to go back and watch like the beginning of my channel and the videos there, which I wouldn't recommend because like not all of the camera work is very good, but like I just used to sort of film everybody that I came in contact with. So like if I was going on holiday with a group of friends, they'd just be in the videos. And nowadays I'm really careful not to film other people. I would never film other people's children, and a lot of my friends and family have got children now. And even like filming in their houses, like I'm aware that wouldn't always be something that someone would want. So when I first started this, I would just sort of like film all the time, because I couldn't understand why somebody wouldn't want to be involved in my lovely new hobby. Then I went through a phase. Then I decided, which was sensible, to ask people they'd want to be in them, or ask if I'd have permission to film at their house or if we're on holiday. And now I tend to not really include anyone else, unless I do check with them first. David is always in the videos, but even so, sometimes I'm like, if you ever have had enough, just let me know. Because yeah, I think it's my thing, isn't it? And I don't want to just force that upon everybody. What else? What else was there? What parts of you don't we see? I mean, other than that, I'm a pretty open book. I'm always going on about my period pain, although, guys, say it quietly. I can't believe this, and you'll notice that I haven't moaned about my period pain for a while. We're about to do the third one of these, but I went to the gynecologist and had an assessment. What parts of me don't you see? Here she is talking about everything. Went to the gynecologist, got referred, because I've just had painful periods my whole life. If you're newish around here, I've had painful periods my whole life. A small gap of not so painful periods when I was at university, but like debilitating pain. Sometimes where I've had to take time off of work, cancel plans, can't move from bed, can't even talk sometimes. So painful. I've been sick because of the pain, etc, etc. And I can really hear Daphne mucking around up there. And I've been to the GP a few times, and I've been sort of like fobbed off over the years with like, oh, this will go away, oh, it will stop once you've had children, which isn't a plan of ours, and like just sort of rubbishing my pain and rubbishing what I've had to say. And I had been suffering with some tummy trouble, so went along to the GP and was quite forceful with them and like, we really need to get this sorted. Also, I don't know if it's the sort of the same thing, but I've been really suffering with period pain my whole life. They referred me to a gynecologist. The gynecologist did an internal examination and had a little look, and I've had some ultrasounds and things like that, and they can't see anything that's particularly worrying for them. What she did say is that it would probably be a good, I've got a very tight cervix, she did say that, and that might be why my first day of my period is so painful, because my cervix is having to work extra hard to sort of pump that menstrual blood through, and because it's taking such a long time, the menstrual blood sort of like resting on the cervix is an irritant and will cause more pain for me. So she said that I've got a tight cervix, and when I said that previously, when I'd spoken to a nurse at my GP surgery, they'd said to me, oh, we'll fit you for a coil, and they were unable to do that. They tried for ages, it was so painful, and they were unable to do it. When I mentioned this to the gynecologist, she said, absolutely, I can see why that would be painful for you. There is no way you'll be able to get a coil in there without being under sedation. So I was like, oh God, well, thank God it's not just me. Like, it's always, although she hadn't cured me or anything, she sort of told me a few things. And she said, we'll put you on the waiting list for the coil being fitted under sedation. But in the meantime, would you be interested in going back onto the pill? So I haven't been on the pill for many years because I feel like it coincided with a real period of anxiety for me. I was on it as a teenager and into my 20s. But then when I first started getting sort of anxiety episodes, I was sort of thinking, oh, maybe it could be the pill. So I stopped the pill and the anxiety lessened. So that's why I haven't been on the pill. So I was sort of a bit nervous, and I thought, oh, well, we'll give it a go, we'll see. And touch bloody wood, 2 months have gone by, and both of those periods I've been able to feel that I am on my period and feel that my cervix is moving and feel blood, but there hasn't been any pain. So like I can feel the sort of like heaviness if you have periods, the heaviness, but no pain, which has just been amazing. I've been a bit loath to say about it because I've been so nervous in case it hasn't worked. But I took my last, so I'm on microgynon, so you take like 21 days, isn't it, and then a 7-day break. So yesterday was my first pill where I didn't take a pill, so we'll be coming on at some point this week, and yeah, let's see. But amazing work so far. I'm just hoping it's not like, but those are the first 2 months I've had in easily 10 years where they haven't been painful at all. Like, amazing. So yeah, I can't remember what part was that, but my camera's about to run out. Hold on. So yeah, and to be honest, I think I'll leave it there. So a lot of the other questions have been quite similar, so hopefully I've covered everything here. And yes, thank you for asking me a question for the old summer Q&A, and I'll see you again on Wednesday for a reading wrap up of what I've read in July. I'll see you all then. Bye!